please limit your answer to about 30 seconds. Okay, so the first question is, how should New Jersey address wage stagnation in our tourism-driven economy?
First of all, it starts right here locally. We're faced with another casino crisis and another threat from both North Jersey as well as New York State. This is the Atlantic City is our economic engine for this entire region as well as the state. I'm an Atlantic City resident. Most of my life, that's where I was born. Half of my children were born there. I understand the importance of Atlantic City to us. We all need to come together, fight this battle, and assist all of our political people to come in line with this. No exception. No exception. Thank you.
Yeah, down here in South Jersey, of course, we have been gaming-centric for a number of years. We know now with all the competition that gaming is not going to be a huge growth industry. We need to support Atlantic City in non-gaming amenities, in things other than casinos, so that we drive tourism here, that we have more visitation here, we have people spending money on entertainment and dining and other things. That will naturally result in higher wages and more opportunities for people. And so that is really what we need to do down here in the South Jersey economy.
So living wage still becomes the issue. It's great that we've moved from $8 minimum wage to $16. Still not enough to have a decent living. Casinos are good. We got to keep them alive. We got to make sure that they only stay in Atlantic City. Got to let them make money. We got to make sure that they're paying decent living wages for all the people that work in those casinos. Healthcare always been an issue. We've got to take care of it. If the federal government cuts it, states got to come in to find the funding so people aren't being thrown out. Love you waving that flag. It's a beautiful flag.
We didn't get the rules here, Alice.
Yeah, do you want us to just answer the one question, or just the one?
Yeah.
Yes, we can, especially Atlantic City, cannot be as casino dependent as we have been. I'm happy to report, though, I don't know how many people saw the news this week, that a deal has been struck that Atlanticare is going to partner with Temple University to build a medical school in Atlantic City. $50 million project. It's fabulous news. It's not going to only bring a medical school, they're going to have housing. Everything that goes along with the medical school will bring more doctors. I think it's a great step to stimulating our economy.
I just want to hyper-focus on something at a micro level here in Atlantic City. The elephant in the room here is that we're talking about the workers that drive the economic engine that Senator Policina mentioned of Atlantic County, of Atlantic City. That includes an overwhelming majority of immigrant workers right here in this region. And so I just want to make sure that we're all on the same page here, because a lot of us go to our favorite restaurants, a lot of us go to our favorite places, even the casinos through third-party temp agencies employ undocumented immigrants. So we just have to make sure that they're not excluded from this. One of my biggest fears is as more and more detentions happen, there'll be more vacancies to fill, and it's going to drive up the cost of your local food dish if immigrants aren't there to supply the labor.
Thank you. So real talk here, folks. We've made very little progress over the past 40 years to diversify our economy. If I had a nickel for every time I heard a politician say that Republican or Democrat, I'd be a very wealthy man. We wonder why our per capita income is only $40,000 here in Atlantic County. Our median income in the middle is only $70,000. The state is $100,000. So we are way behind. I hope some of these things, heads and meds, work out. The Aviation Research Park is taking way too long. It takes 7 years to build 2 buildings. It's going to take another 30 years to build the other 5. So until we get serious about diversifying and stop chasing unicorns, we're in a world of trouble here.
Okay, so the next question, and again, if you would like to pass it to someone else just for time's sake, or if it's something that you feel like you are not well versed in at this time, feel free to pass. What role should the state play in addressing healthcare costs?
Huge problem right now. For example, we've been faced with astronomical healthcare costs. Egg Harbor Township, when I sat on council, 1 year time, the increase was $1 million to the taxpayers. We had to fight to get that down to about $600,000. This year, for example, my employees at the sheriff's office are faced with a very minimal increase in salary due to county budget, and we are looking at 10% health increase in cost this year alone. Think about that. It's not sustainable.
State must take a lead on this, and it's about getting everybody together, doctors, hospitals, insurance companies, getting everybody in a room and dialing in on what is driving these costs so high, and the state must do it. The impact on the state health benefits plan was 26% last year. We're hearing like 37%. 39.2, Ted, I'm sorry, 39.2. Exact number. 39.2 this year, but so the state absolutely has a role in this. It is you're going to see people leaving the state health benefits plan, and it's going to collapse the state health benefits plan where we're going.
So Medicare is great. You're working for a company that's paying. That's great too. You got to be concerned about Medicaid and all the people that have been dropping off of it because they can't afford it. So we have to provide the funding to make sure we're providing at least minimum health care, prenatal, postnatal, key issues, because we're going to pay for that when they get older if we're not taking care of them when they're in their youth.
I agree with Senator Palestino. Before we can find a solution, we have to find the root cause of the problem. And I agree that doctors, nurses, everyone in the industry, politicians, you have to get to the root cause of the problem, because if you don't, there's never going to be a solution. And that's a first step, and I agree with it.
So again, I definitely want to use this platform to highlight a program called Cover All Kids. And I guess it's like based on philosophy, what kind of society do we want to live in? Here in New Jersey, I'm proud to say that under Cover All Kids, all children, regardless of immigration status, up until the age of 19 can qualify for the state's Medicare program. And so what that means is that long-term, if we take care of these kids now, long-term that means that they live healthier and stronger lifestyles. And so we don't see the effects right away. And so I just want to make sure we're not scapegoating like immigrants in the budget when it's time for shopping season. We'll see the effects in 20 years when these kids grow up in a stronger, healthier society.
Thank you. Three things. Federal level, I think we need some form of public option, either lower the age for Medicare or for a public option. It's been 15 years since the Affordable Care Act. We're way overdue for reform. Second, pharmacy benefit managers, PBMs, the state really needs to get active on that. I hope our legislators, all three up here, are going to work on that. That's really driving up costs. It's a middleman that's not needed. Third thing, we got to look at Horizon. We need more competition in the state for health coverage. They're the insurer of last resort. They're basically a creation of the state. I'm a Horizon customer, but you always run faster when someone's chasing you, so we may need to look at that.
Okay, just to keep things moving, please feel free to answer this question, yes or no. Do data centers help or hurt affordability in our communities?
So I was here first.
Do data centers help or hurt affordability in our communities? And again, if this is not a topic you have knowledge on, feel free to pass.
We have a lot of problems with what's going on here. Data centers can help, they're positive. However, there are some problems if you look in other areas like Cumberland County that has a little more in-depth study that tells you it's not good for the area. So I'm watching other communities.
Unfortunately, I'll say yes and no, because it helps from the standpoint of creating economic opportunity and jobs, but it hurts from the standpoint of energy and water use and those types of things. And so it's a mixed bag.
Agreed, it's a mixed bag. It's up to the municipality to decide. As legislators in the state, we have to support the municipalities. If they want it, we need to help them get it. If they don't want it, we have to help them keep their communities free of data centers.
Agreed that it is a mixed bag, and not enough, I don't think, is known yet about the environmental impact, the impact on the communities, and a deeper study has to be done. I just co-sponsored a bill that's going to address these issues, to do a study about the impacts that these data centers have on a community. And just interestingly, a poll was released today from Stockton that 56% of people in New Jersey think that data centers are a bad idea and would support a total ban.
They completely hurt the affordability of the local communities. I don't think it should be up to the local municipality, because sometimes in these regions, these municipalities, the representatives don't represent truly the needs of the people. And so my suggestion is stop using AI to make your flyers, and we won't need these data centers.
I'll raise my astute colleagues here. The violent data center, really bad. You hear the humming noise 24/7, that's not good. I would just say that not all data centers are alike. Forget AI. 10 years ago, Atlantic City is a model. There's data centers for the internet gaming, and I worked with Barbara DeMarco, I worked for Jim Whalen, rest in peace, to the legislation to get that passed. So there's real jobs, not AI jobs, but there's real jobs in Atlantic City through continuity in the internet gaming data center. So before we throw the baby out with the bathwater, we got to look at the good and the bad. Atlantic City good, Vineland bad.
All right, thank you. On to our next topic.